Okay, children. So let's discuss sexual reproduction. In higher organism. What we discussed in previous video, we discussed that the lower organism who can reproduce by asexual means the single parent is able to produce their own kinds. But in more complex organism such as higher plants and higher animals, it is difficult for them to produce their own kinds by themselves. So what they need? They need partner. Okay? What they need? They need partner. Right? But there are some plants who can bear a bisexual flower. Okay? Who bears the bisexual flower? Means the flower have the both the sex organ. That is the male sex organ as well as female sex organ, right? So before discussing this, we should discuss what are the examples of unisexual flower, and then we will discuss what are the examples of bisexual flower. Okay, but in both the kinds of reproduction, means whether the organism is unisexual or whether the organism is bisexual, the kind of reproduction is sexually. Okay, the organism reproduces sexually, and hence they need both the germ cell. Okay, what they need? They need the germ cells, that is the male germ cell and female germ cell. So children, just note down what are the examples of unisexual flower first. Examples of unisexual flower. So for example, papaya, okay, papaya flower. Either the papaya flower bears the male reproductive part or female reproductive part. Means both the parts bearing flowers are different. Then watermelon. Watermelon flowers are also different. Male flower is different and female flower is different. Cucumber. Okay. Cucumber. Maize. Maize flower is also different. That is corn flower. Corn flower I'm talking, not a flower. Okay. Maize का जो flower होता है, that is the male flower is different and female reproductive part bearing flower is different, right? Etc. So these 4 examples are enough. Okay, so these are the unisexual flower. It means either that flower bears male reproductive part or female reproductive part. Now note down examples of bisexual flower. Rose. Okay, rose flower is bisexual, which have both the sex organ in the single flower. Then tulip. Okay, tulip. Lily flower is also, okay, lily flower. Hibiscus, which is there in the image on the screen. Okay, hibiscus. Hibiscus means what? China rose. Okay, the flower of hibiscus, right? Etc. Right. So I hope children you understood the meaning of unisexual flower and bisexual. Uni means what? Single. Okay, the flower can be either male reproductive part or female reproductive part. And bisexual flower means bear the both the sex organ, right? So let us discuss first of all the sexual reproduction in plants. Then we will discuss the sexual reproduction in animals, right? So in order to study the sexual reproduction in plant, we should know the structure of bisexual flower. And this is important also because many times the parts of the flower will ask in your examination for labeling. Okay, they will just give you this figure without the labels. They will just show you the arrows and they will write A, B, C, D like that, and you have to label the flower. Okay, or sometime they will ask you to draw the longitudinal section of flower. Okay, longitudinal section. Longitudinal section means what? You have to draw this diagram, which is also there in your NCRT. Okay, so the same diagram you have to draw in the examination, and this will be for 5 marks, not less than. This will be directly for 5 marks to draw and write some question answers. Okay, right. So let's discuss what this flower have. So children, this flower have two parts: reproductive part and non-reproductive part also. Right. So discuss first what are the non-reproductive parts. So children, here you can see what is written sepals, and here what is written petals. Okay, मतलब जो green color के leaves होते हैं, whenever this flower is in bud condition. Okay, bud condition means what? Inside this have the color petals. Okay, like this, and then they are covered by the green leaves. Right, this is the condition of the flower called bud condition, right? And here is the stem like this. Okay, so this is the bud of the flower. So you might have seen that in a bud condition, the petals, the color petal are enclosed by the green leaves, right? And they protect actually this inside immature petals. So this green color of the leaves, they are called sepals. Okay, and these sepals are arranged in a circular manner like this. Say for example, here is the this receptacle, and around it the sepals are arranged like this. Okay, and whenever the flower is in bud condition, they protect the inner parts of the flower like this, and here are the inner parts of the flower, right? So what is the role of these sepals in the flower? Look at their color. You can apply your logic, children. As they are green in color, so their role is photosynthesis. Okay, they have the chlorophyll in their chloroplast, in their cells. So due to this pigment, they are able to perform photosynthesis, and they nourishes the other parts of the flower. Okay, whenever the flower is in bud condition, they perform photosynthesis and they nourishes the other parts of the flower. So there two role you can remember. One is protection whenever the flower is in bud condition, and the second is photosynthesis to nourish other parts of the flower. And where these sepals are arranged? On the disc like structure called receptacle. जो नीचे का ऐसे फ्लावर होता है ना, हम इसे फ्लावर ड्रॉ करते हैं, राइट? तो नीचे का ऐसा जो बेस होता है, यहाँ पर से swollen part होता है, right? That swollen part is called receptacle, where all these sepals and petals are arranged. अभी सेपल मतलब हो गया हम सिंगल लीफ की बात कर रहे हैं. Okay, we are talking about the single leaf. When we talk about the all sepals like this is 1, this is 2, okay, 3, 4. If you are talking about the all sepals together, then all sepals together are called as calyx. Okay, they are called as calyx. क्या बोलते हैं इनको? Calyx बोलते हैं. All sepals together called calyx. Let's come to the next part of the flower, which is again non-reproductive, which is again non reproductive, means it not get involved directly in the process of reproduction, but indirectly it helps in the process of reproduction. And what that part is? Petals, which is a more attractive part of the flower. ये वही पार्ट है जिसकी वजह से हम फ्लावर्स की तरफ अट्रैक्ट होते हैं, whether they have the color or sometime they are white in a color and have a fragrance. फ्लावर की दो चीजें बहुत अट्रैक्ट करती है. What is this? What this various things are? The one is its color and second is fragrance. Okay, ये दो ही चीजें फ्लावर की अट्रैक्ट करती है. So these are the color leaves of the flower and they are called petals. Okay, many petals are there in a particular flower and these all petals together called corolla. Not a corona, children, no? It's not a corona, it's a corolla. Okay, all petals together are called corolla and all sepals together called calyx. Calyx and corolla. Okay, now these two are the non-reproductive part. They are not getting directly involved in the process of reproduction, but they have indirect role. Let's see how. Now these petals, children, they are different in a color in different flower. Okay, and also they have fragrance. Now these two things of the petals attracts insects for pollination. These two things attract insects for what? For pollination. So in coming topic we will discuss what the pollination is, because without pollination reproduction in plants is not possible. Without pollination reproduction is not possible. So we will discuss what the pollination is. Right now just remember pollination में क्या होता है? The male gametes transfers to female gamete. Okay, in this process the male gametes are transferred from male reproductive parts to female reproductive parts, right? So without this process the reproduction is not possible in plants. So that's why this pollination is carried out by the insects. It can be carried out by insects or by water also. Many times I will explain you how. Sometime it can be carried out by wind, okay, and sometime by birds. So these are the four agents that are responsible for pollination. Okay, due to these four agents, the male gametes can be transferred to the female gamete. That we will discuss in pollination in detail, right? So in order to attract the insects, these petals are in a bright color, in a various attractive colors, and also they have the fragrance due to which insects get attracted. So these are the non-reproductive part. Now let's come to the reproductive parts of the flower. So there are two reproductive parts of the flower. The one is gynoecium. The word is quite different. Okay, it is also difficult for you to remember sometime, but once you will get familiar with that, you will remember forever. Okay, so it is gynoecium. Gynoecium stands for female reproductive part of the flower. Okay, and next is androecium. Androecium, which is male reproductive part of the flower. Okay, gynoecium means female reproductive part, androecium means male reproductive part. अब देखते हैं कौन से है ये flowers में. Now look at this structure, children, which is there at the center. Okay, start from this whole part. Okay, ये जो whole part मैंने यहाँ पे circle किया है, this is the female reproductive part. कौन सा part है? Female reproductive, मतलब gynoecium. And this many, this is one, this is another, third one, this is fourth, fifth, sixth. These parts are the male reproductive part, that is androecium. Okay, so let's discuss these structures in detail because you have this topic in detail. You're also expected to label the parts of this male reproductive part and female reproductive part. So children, let's discuss first the male reproductive part, that is androecium. Okay, androecium, which is also called as stamen, and the stamen is labeled in your book. Okay, क्या लेबल करते हैं इसको? stamen. आपके एनसीईआरटी में भी यही होगा, stamen. Stamen is the male reproductive part. So इसमें क्या क्या है देखते हैं. The male reproductive part, that is stamen, have the tube-like structure called filament. What its name is? Filament. Filamentous है इसलिए filament. Okay, and it have the blob-like structure at the top, and this is the anther. Okay, ये वाला part क्या है? Umbrella like part, anther. Okay, read it properly. It's anther. Sometimes students read another. Okay, I have that experience. So it's anther, children. Okay, अब देखते हैं anther में क्या है. Now children, if you look at the highly magnified structure of the anther, you will come to know it have the two anther lobes inside. Okay, it have the two anther lobes inside. This is the one anther lobe and this is another. So these are nothing but this structure, first anther lobe and second anther lobe. And in each anther lobe, there are two pollen sacs. In each anther lobe, there are two pollen sacs. This is one pollen sac, this is another. Okay, pollen sacs. And in these pollen sacs, the pollen grains are formed. इसके अंदर क्या होता है? Pollen grains are formed inside this sacs. And these pollen grains are nothing but what? Male gamete. They are nothing but male gamete, which are required in the sexual reproduction in plants. Okay, so these are the male gametes. So basically flower में कहाँ पर है? Where are the male gametes? Here. In these bodies. Just a minute. Here. Okay, children. Here are the male gametes in the anther. Right? So these male gametes from here get transferred to the female gamete. So that we will discuss in pollination topic, right? Till now, just remember structure of the stamen. दो parts है. Anther. Sorry, here is the anther. Okay, and this is the filament. Okay, in anther, two anther lobe, each anther lobe form. I hope you understood, children. Now let's come to the female reproductive part of the bisexual flower. All right. So this is the female reproductive part of the flower, which is also called as gynoecium. Okay, gynoecium. And in more simple word, it is called as carpel or pistil. देखो यहाँ पे क्या लिखा है? Carpel. The same word is given in your NCERT book. Or instead of carpel, it is also called as pistil. क्या बोलते हैं इसको? Pistil. Okay, तीन नाम है. Rather we can say four names. Pistil. This is one. Carpel. Second. Gynoecium is the third. And of course, this three means female reproductive part. Okay, so I hope you understood. Now this carpel is divided into three regions. The upper sticky part, it's a sticky hota hai, okay? The upper sticky part is called stigma. The long tube arises from the stigma till the ovary is called style. हाँ, क्या नाम है इसका? Style. Right, style में खड़ा है भाई, है ना? ये देखो, right? So it is style. And at the base, the swollen part is there. Swollen part. Okay, that is called ovary. And this ovary contain, look at the zoom structure of it. This ovary contain ओव्यूल, ये अंदर क्या है, ये ओव्यूल है, राइट। अब इस ओव्यूल के अंदर क्या होगा, इनसाइड द ओव्यूल देयर इज अ एग और ओवम, egg or ovum. Okay, and this is the female reproductive, sorry, this is a female gamete. Okay, this is a female gamete. So now what happens, children, to the female gamete here, and later on they get transferred till this part, female reproductive part. And here the fertilization between male and female takes place. Here the fertilization between male gamete and female gamete takes place. So both the gametes are present in the same flower itself, right? But they required some agent to transfer this male gamete till this female gamete, and that we will discuss in the coming topic, that what is pollination. Okay, right now you have to just remember the structure of the flower and the parts of the flower and their roles. In coming topic, we will discuss how the fertilization between male gamete and female gamete takes place in bisexual flower. Okay, so I would like to explain you some detailed structure of this ovary, what is there inside. So say for example, children, here is the structure of the ovary like this, the zoom structure of the ovary. What is there inside? Inside here is the presence of ovule. Okay, like this. क्या होगा इसके अंदर, ऐसे ओव्यूल होगा, right? And inside this ovule there is an embryo sac, which is I'm representing by red color. Okay, here is the embryo sac, and in this embryo sac there is a egg cell that I'm representing by the yellow color, and here is its nucleus. Okay, so this male gametes once transfer from anther to stigma, this male gamete penetrates through this tube. Okay, and finally they fertilized the egg present here. Later on they fertilized the egg present here. Then the zygote is formed, and then the seeds are developed, and as well as the fruit is developed from the ovary. So that whole mechanism we will discuss in the coming topic, right? So let's discuss the next topic, pollination. So children, I hope you understood the structure of the flower very well. If you have any doubt in the structure, you can drop me a message in the chat box, student. Okay, so this is the structure of bisexual flower, two parts, non-reproductive parts and the reproductive parts, and we have discussed these parts in detail. Okay, so let's discuss the next topic, pollination. Okay, student. So what is pollination? First of all, pollination is the process of transfer of male gametes, that is pollen grains from anther to stigma. You know very well, children, now what the anthers are, male reproductive part of the flower, to the stigma, that is the female reproductive part of the flower. And this can be achieved by pollinating agent. This can be achieved by pollinating agents. Agents are required for this, such as insect, wind, water and birds. ये समझना easy है कि insects can transfer this pollen grain because as they move here and there inside the flower for the nectar collection. Okay, the pollen grains automatically get transferred. So wind carries pollen grains along with it, and once it deposits on the stigma, then the pollination can take place. We can imagine. Sometimes the birds will also come on the plant to collect the grains. Okay, so as they move inside the flower, the pollination can be possible. That we can imagine. But what about water? how water is responsible. So sometimes what happens in some flower, the female reproductive part is a short, okay, like this. It is short, and the male reproductive parts are over the female reproductive parts, like this. Okay, the structures are above the stigma, like this. Okay, in such a case, if the water falls, if the rain falls, okay, so as the rain falls on this anther, the pollen grains along with the water falls on the stigma, like this. Okay, so this happens very rarely. And children, today's assignment is, let's find out that what are the kinds of flower in which the pollination takes place by water. You have to find this. Okay, so many examples I have given in bisexual and unisexual flower. So for bisexual flower, you have to find out that what are the flowers in which the pollination takes place by water. Okay, by water, right? Now, let's discuss types of pollination. So there are two types of pollination: self-pollination, self-pollination, and cross-pollination. Self-pollination and cross-pollination. Both simple hai. Self-pollination means what? If the pollen grains are transferred, if the pollen grains are transferred from anther of one flower, to the stigma of the same flower. समझो एक ही फ्लावर है, ओके, हियर इज द फ्लावर, राइट? एक ही फ्लावर में अगर ये प्रोसेस हो रहा है, एक ही फ्लावर के अंदर, मतलब इसी फ्लावर के एंथर से उसी फ्लावर के स्टिग्मा के ऊपर अगर फॉल हो रहा है, सो दैट इज कॉल्ड सेल्फ, मींस इन बिटवीन द सेम फ्लावर ओनली. यहाँ देखो, here you can see the self pollination is shown. Anther of one flower to the stigma of the same flower. ऐसा है तो वो कौन सा pollination है? Self pollination. If the pollen grains are transferred from anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower of the same plant, तो भी ये क्या है? सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन है. तो भी क्या है? सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन ही है. मीनिंग सिंपल, अगर एक ही प्लांट के फ्लावर्स में आपस में हो रहा है पॉलिनेशन, so that is called self. Okay, and if the pollen grains are transferred from one of the flower of one of the plant to one of the flower of the another plant, but of same species, वो प्लांट कैसे होनी चाहिए? सेम स्पीसीज की होनी चाहिए. Then that is called cross pollination. वरना होता क्या? Listen carefully everyone. Say for example, here is the wheat plant, okay, and here is the hibiscus plant. It happens that the pollen grain can transfer from this plant to this plant, but the reproduction is not possible because this is a wheat plant, wheat produce करने वाला है, and this is the hibiscus plant, जिसको China rose हम बोलते हैं, flowering plant है. So it is not possible that the reproduction is possible in between the wheat and the hibiscus. It is not possible. So this plant should be of same species, एक ही species के होने चाहिए. Then it is called cross pollination. Okay, अब समझो ऐसे होगा कि एक फार्म फील्ड है, ठीक है, बराबर, उसने यहाँ पे इंटरक्रॉपिंग किया है, ए टाइप का क्रॉप ग्रो किया है, बी टाइप का क्रॉप ग्रो किया है. तो ऐसे होगा ना, विंड की वजह से हो सकता है कि समझो ग्राम पर के पोलन ग्रेन्स वीट पर आ गए, तो अगर पॉसिबल होता तो वहां पे क्या बनता था? वीट एंड ग्राम का कॉम्बिनेशन, न्यू सीड बन जाता था, जो कि दुनिया में है ही नहीं, मतलब कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ ग्राम्स एंड वीट. लेकिन ऐसा होता नहीं है. इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल नेचुरली कि ग्राम के पोलन ग्रेन्स वीट के स्टिग्मा के ऊपर फॉल हो जाए और फिर रिप्रोडक्शन हो जाए. इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल. हाँ, फॉल हो सकते हैं, क्योंकि कोई भी चीज कहाँ पे भी फ्लो होके जा सकती है विद द हेल्प ऑफ विंड, इंसेक्ट को क्या पता है कि वीट का प्लांट है और एक ग्राम का है, हमको ऐसे करना नहीं है, इनको थोड़ी ना पता है. इट हैपेंस, बट द रिप्रोडक्शन इज नॉट पॉसिबल. रिप्रोडक्शन कब होगा? व्हेन द प्लांट इज ऑफ same species. Okay, but if the pollen grain transfer from one flower of the one plant to one of the flower of another plant of the same species, okay, then it is called क्रॉस पॉलिनेशन. मतलब सिंपल है, दो अलग अलग प्लांट्स में हो रहा है तो क्रॉस पॉलिनेशन, और एक ही प्लांट में हो रहा है उसके ही फ्लावर्स में, दो अलग अलग फ्लावर हो या फिर एक ही फ्लावर हो एक ही प्लांट में हो रहा है, सो दिस इज सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन. Okay, so I hope children you understood the concept of pollination, the transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma. Okay, germ cells का मतलब ही क्या होता है student? Gamete. Here I can see. Okay, let me revise some topics, then I will go for your doubts. Okay, so today we revised. Today what we discussed? We discussed the structure of bisexual flower. Okay, we discussed structure of bisexual flower in detail. We also discussed some examples of unisexual and bisexual flower, and we discussed pollination in detail. Now this is doubt solving time, children. If you have any doubt,